Right.
And you know, before we get into the main event, Triple H,
Right.
due to make a statement. What's your thoughts on that?
I think this leads to the Brock Triple H settlement feud, I guess you want to call it.
Okay.
I don't know what their plans are. This is really stumping me right now because you gotta have like a guy like Paul Heyman's actually teasing actually coming back full time with Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
You know, to be more involved. Like this, I think there's a storyline purposes wise. You know, because they've been working with Paul Heyman with the ECW DVD and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they're actually planning out the story of they're planning out the story that actually happened. So
Yeah.
they, you know, it's great, and it's like I think Paul Heyman's really invested in it because he gets to come out and say things like he really felt.
Right.
So I think Triple H addresses the lawsuits. He addresses Brock Lesnar, and he pretty much old-fashioned calls him out.
Okay.
And then we see Brock Lesnar again. Then that adds another notch to. I think SummerSlam's going to be. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, I enjoyed last year's. I think this is going to be even better.
I mean, yeah, it's weird because for the first time in a while, like I said, I'm actually interested in more than 3 or 4 matches on the card.
Yeah.
So.
Now for our main event. CM Punk defending his WWE Championship against Kane and the man on the poster, Daniel Bryan, with AJ lurking around. I dig Crazy Chicks.
Man. This is going to be all over the place. This one is really going to be all over the place because you have so many things that add to the story, so many different components that you have to watch out for.
Yep.
It's not just a match. Like back in the past, we just got matches. Oh, you called this out, I called you out. You said something about my mother. I hate you. Let's have a match. Now you got all these things where like so much has led up to this match. And every week they're adding something new to it that sort of throws everybody off, including the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like the last situation we just saw when AJ climbs Kane.
Literally.
Climbs him, literally. First of all, she does like run around a rosy around this 7-foot guy. He's first of all confused out of his brain. Like, first of all, I'm like this scary demon guy, and I'm trying to scare this chick, and she's looking at me smiling like I'm Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Does ring around a rosy, jumps up on him. Oh my goodness, that was a lovely jump too.
Yeah.
Stares at him in the face and just tongues him down. He's sitting there taking it, like I saw a smirk. I don't care what nobody says. Kane, you smirked.
Yeah.
I saw a smirk, and he gets out of he gets out the ring confused, like, oh, what the heck just happened? I'm just alright. I gotta leave. And he leaves. He doesn't even leave. He stands at the top of the Titantron. He looks back like, what the heck? And everybody's sitting in the ring. She's sitting there, smiling and giggling at her little CM Punk pose. CM Punk was in her like, did you just... Kane's sitting there like this, and Daniel Bryan outside like this going... Like, and the show goes off, and it's like, and the segment ends, and you're like, whoa. This is all going to collide Sunday. And it's like, it's so many factors. It's like, man... And it's good because we still got our CM Punk, Daniel Bryan feud, and it doesn't have to culminate at that.
Yep.
Because like I said, the problem, like back in the day, with most wrestling promotions in WWE in particular, we saw too much Randy Orton, John Cena. It was always about those guys. Like, you never saw no extra component added to it to make it last longer because it was always to the point where you saw too much of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Versus this go around, it's like, okay, they're not giving you too much. Like, even the match they have every week. Like, the finisher was the elbow drop.
Yeah.
It's something different to lose to somebody's main finisher versus their... one of their signatures.
Yeah, and how about just throwing Kane in there? When he first got thrown, he was like, everybody's like, what is he in there for?
Kane in there? Yeah,
First it was just like, okay, you facing Kane, all right, I'm going to cost you the match, or I'm going to cost him the match, make Kane mad. But then it was a perfect build up to a climax. Now you throw him in there, and then you still got AJ lurking around, who's going to humanize this big red monster. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there thinking, and as you're saying that, imagine if that was the Undertaker, and she jumped on the dead man like that.
I don't even know what to say. The dead man might have took that joint too for real.
Hey, he wouldn't be dead.
I know, but he turned back to old Undertaker with the motorcycle stuff.
I was sitting there looking at this like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. This match has to go last. WWE, you can't put Cena on last when you got a match like this.
Yeah, I think this should go on last, but I'm sure they won't.
This will steal the show. If as good as Cody and Christian's gonna be,
yeah.
When you throw these two in the match, and then you got a guy like Kane, mid-40s, still working, excellent.
Yeah, he's probably the best shape I've seen him in a long time.
I never really recall Kane not having or being out of shape or not being in touch. I just think that it was just he was thrown into just dumb stories.
Never really had much to do.
Yeah, he was just comical, you know. But now he's back to that big red monster, or The Rock said, a big red retard. And you looking at him like,
that's just not nice.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Shame on you, Rock.
When you sit back, you looking at him, it's like, yo, this might go. This is a good feud, and you don't mind seeing it. Ultimately, I think it climaxes with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk at SummerSlam. But in this match, Daniel Bryan, your new WWE champion.
This match?
Yes.
Really? Negative.
Yes, Daniel Bryan, your new WWE champion.
I think CM Punk is just too much on a roll right now. I just think.
But that's why you take the title off of him, because you take it off of him, and then he gets it back at SummerSlam. But you also have AJ in the mix. Maybe she cost him the belt. We don't know. For all we know, Daniel Bryan is the smartest wrestler in the world.
I think so.
He could be really pawning AJ to act like this.
Would that be terrible though?
Yes.
That'd be horrible.
Yes, and it would be awesome.
Because
I can see him pawning AJ. Look, I need you to do this, and that. Come on now. She coming out in CM Punk's clothes, CM Punk's outfit. You know, hey, for all we know, yeah, she distracts him at WrestleMania, and I'm looking far into this because this is one of my favorite stories. She distracts him. I mean, she gives him the good luck kiss at WrestleMania. He turns around to a bro kick hooligan in the face. 1, 2, 3. You know, he still keeps it by his side, blames her. The next night on Raw at the dark match, tells her shut up, sends her out on her way. Then he breaks up with her and disrespects her. All of this just to put him in the main event storyline so he can get the most prestigious belt in the company. And then they come back together.
Okay, how about this? How about...
But before you go there, you know what they say?
What's that?
The biggest downfall to a man is a woman.
Okay.
She's distracted Punk.
And Kane.
He
doesn't know what's going on right now.
And that's why Punk loses his biggest accomplishment, the WWE Championship.
I don't think he loses.
Okay.
I think it goes past SummerSlam. I think it culminates with CM Punk losing at SummerSlam to Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Since CM Punk won at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan wins at SummerSlam. They get to go back to AJ and Sam and Daniel Bryan because they can continue the whole Macho Man Elizabeth thing. Yeah. They can take that another route. They can keep going with that, and then you have CM Punk chasing. So then the story can keep continuing. Yeah. Because I don't want to see this feud no time soon. Because these guys are hilarious. These guys are great.
And you said that, and you brought up a good point. Because you said he loses at SummerSlam. Because let's look at it. Punk won at all the Classic 4 last year. From last year to this year. SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, for those of you not who are intelligent. So, yeah, that could come. But I think at the end, no disrespect to Macho and Elizabeth, but you never hear people comparing anybody to Stephanie and Triple H. You never hear those type of stories. At the end of this, people are going to be, they're going to be in a league of their own. Macho Man Elizabeth still going to be where they are. Stephanie Triple H going to be where they are. Then you're going to have Daniel Bryan and AJ in a league of their own.
Because they're still young.
Yes.
You feel me? They're just getting started. This is the beginning. If you look at guys like Triple H and Macho Man, where they begin was not as hot as where Daniel Bryan and AJ are right now.
Oh, certainly.
You know, by the time they were in their mid, 30s, before that stuff really started to jump off and they were super established stars.
And somebody is passionate her about this business. Yeah, folks, AJ's passionate about this business. She will sit up there, and I think she'll be long distance. I don't think she'll pull a Kelly and say, you know what, I've been in WWE for X amount of years. I want to go see if I can be a movie star. No disrespect, but I think she won't be like a Lillian Garcia, go out there and music career flop and come back. I think they will be in the long run together. This is getting good.
I mean, yeah, you have guys, and I include Ziggler in this. They're guys that want to be wrestlers. They don't want to do nothing else.
Yep.
This is what they do. I mean, you look at how long Daniel Bryan's in the independent circuit. Most guys would have quit by now. They would have just settled for TNA or something like that and say, this is as good as it's going to get. I'm going to rob this company. But Daniel Bryan's like, no, I've been great everywhere I've been. This is what I love to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Yep.
These guys are healthy. These guys are not on drugs or alcohol. So naturally, their bodies are going to hold up a lot better than most people's. Not to say that alcohol is going to downplay your body that much, but like you said, in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, these guys can hold up. And like I said, they're very reliable. They're very young. They're very interested, and like I said, they've done a great job of even getting Kane involved in this story that make people actually care about him. He's not just a throw-in.
Exactly.
He's actually a part of this. It's like, oh crap, what is Kane going to do now? Because Kane just got turned down by AJ. He's trying to be this monster, And he's sick of both of them, but she's like throwing everybody off, and it's like, oh man.
And they didn't just throw her, they just tonguing him down this week, and she had no interaction with. No, last week she gave him the look, and she come out there last night and said, "I look deeply into your eyes,"
and I saw a human.
Yeah, and I was like,
what is she getting at?
Look in my eye.
And just so they're like, really?
AJ's the hottest thing in wrestling right now, folks.
I mean, she's just wow. I mean, she definitely just. She threw me off with the ring around Rosie thing. I was like, what the heck is she about to do?
This is the same girl that took a bump from the Big Show, and he knocked her down.
That's why she get this push. They said, oh yeah, she's down for this.
Yeah, you know.
She went down. I don't care how staged or what. You can only fake that with so much. She's like 95 pounds, and
I was like, oh.
The Big Show's a big dude.
Yeah,
she comes like to his waist.
Solid. You picking Punk, I'm going with Daniel Bryan. Anybody out there picking Kane? I wouldn't be surprised.
Paul Bearer. Percy Pringle.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I said Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kane left as WWE champion.
It couldn't hurt him.
They keep making reference that it hasn't been 14 years since Kane's been champion. I would not be surprised if Kane won the title and that threw everything off, and that's causing this friction between them two. And then Kane sitting up there kind of having the Del Rio thing when it was Cena and Punk. Kane like, all right, y'all two bickering. I'm the one with the belt, you know. But he would be smart enough to not get lost in the shuffle like Del Rio did. You know, unpredictability.
Yeah, it's the best part. Like I said, this is what it's about. This is the best part.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the dirt sheets, all the so-called experts cannot figure this out either. They can give their opinions, but that's what it is.
Yep.
So it's just like, man, I'll definitely be tuned in for this one.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to listen to Podcast of Pain.
Yeah, I am very interested to hear what these guys have to say.
Yeah, shouts out to Charlie and Eric, E-Rock, Charlie Speed, man. This is, oh boy, that's going to be good. I can't wait to listen to the Shark Attack.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great too.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, the Shark always has something to say. He always has a very interesting point of view. So
yeah,
it's good to hear some other wrestling intelligence and, you know, their takes on different things. So yeah,
quite frankly,
yeah, legit.
Well, folks, I'm excited.
Me too. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Sitting here doing this show has put me, as we always do, put me right here,
right,
to the excitement level. You know, now that's main event.
All the way to the bank.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this preview episode for No Way Out 2012. He is the real Dwayne Allen. I am Mr. Main Event Brian Waters. Until next time, make sure you catch us on YouTube /The Wrestling Realm. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @Wrestling Realm. Also, make sure you check out the show on UltimateSportsTalk.com. PW Journal, which is pwjournal.wordpress.com, and we on Pro Wrestling Powerhouse, hosted by my man Jay. You can follow him at Pro Wrestling Powerhouse Pro Wrestling Powerhouse on Twitter. And I'm not missing anything. We all over the place.
Yeah, we just.
Oh, we're on iTunes.
Oh yeah,
we are on iTunes.
We just keep getting picked up everywhere.
If you want to check this show out, but you're on the go and you can't always, you know, sit down at your computer and listen to it on YouTube, well, download it to your iPod, your iPhone, your iPad, your MacBook, and you know, take us wherever you go. Tell a friend and share it with a friend and tell your mother, because I'm pretty sure your mother likes wrestling too.
Blog Talk Radio, we're on that too, right?
Yeah, we're on Blog Talk.
Can you listen live on Blog Talk?
We're working on that.
Okay.
Do you want us to go live on Blog Talk?
We've been asking that question. Like, I don't know.
Shouts out to Shannon and Carlos, because they've been pulling. They said we want Wrestling Realm.
It's like, will you guys listen? I don't know. Should we? We'll find out. We'll see what the people say.
Well, until next time, folks. So long, everybody.